Nowadays, we need to spend a lot of money to maintain their normal life. Majority of social novices are living in a life of poverty through they are working hard. Most of their poverty happens because of various taxes such as a heating cost, electricity fee, and water taxes.
You just saw our video, right? That video just showed various problems caused when the person wastes water. We can see a lot of problems in here. Of the problems, there were two major issues, economics and environmental. We felt this issue were concerning. So we joined this competition, GYF, to make a change. To start off, we're going to talk about economics.
The average income of a novice civilian fresh out of college in the Korean society is $2,500. The monthly rent for housing is approximately $1,000. The cost of living is $1,100. After these spendings, the average novice civilian is left only with $400. The problem is, out of these $400, the water bill takes up around $100, which is a quarter of the total revenues. This phenomenon isn't only limited to Koreans. People around the world could face this same situation. However, the world can cause water shortages. Have you heard about virtual waters and water footprints? Water footprints is a concept that includes not only household water use, but also water used to produce agricultural products and industrial products consumed in daily life. We can review these graphs that Korea lacks water and that if the Korean citizens waste water at this rate, the economic loss individuals and the government will face this catastrophically. This is only the tip of the iceberg of the economic problems. Next, let's talk about problems worldwide.
Lack of adequate water management systems contributes to an increase in global water shortage. For example, California's main industry is agriculture, and according to the National Agricultural and Rural Development Policy Center (NARP), the country's major water infrastructure has hardly expanded since the early 1970s. California's groundwater management is poor, and the use of groundwater is usually restricted in dry years due to excessive pumping. Its water management also includes groundwater banking, which benefits long-term benefits when shortage of underground storage or snowfalls in state mountainous areas retreat. In the Middle East and North Africa, water is difficult to properly manage because it is divided into various organizations that lack cohesive policies, which worsen water shortages related to agriculture and population growth. The problem is immense and immediate action needs to be taken. Also, an economic problem caused by water shortages. The impact on companies around the world leads to high operating costs for maintaining competitiveness. For global companies, it is difficult to control costs, but it will worsen if water prices rise exponentially to places where margins are dangerously reduced. As a result, companies regard water access as a competitive advantage and transfer if possible. For example, companies would prefer to move to areas with the lowest water risk, such as moving to cities located in lakes, rivers, or river basins. These are specific details of our first problem which we mentioned above. Now we will talk about another problem which is caused by environmental problems.
Water is one of the most valuable and vital resources for the humans in the world. It is well known that humans will die in 3 days if they do not take water. So literally, it is crucial for surviving. There are various reasons why water is so important. It is because it is connected to and it is fundamental elements of our everyday life. Like drinking water or taking shower and washing dishes or hands, we all know water is important, right? As a fact, one normal, healthy man should drink about 1,100 tons of water each year. However, in Korea, like many other countries, the annual water amount that one man can use is approximately only 1,600 tons a year. Therefore, Korea is counted as a water shortage country. Similarly, water shortage is a major problem in other countries. Only 0.0075% of water that the world has can be possibly used. This is because humans are not able to use seawater, which is comprised of sodium chloride and various impurity within the water, which is 97% of water, and by including water as a shape of glacier and swamps, humans only have 0.00575% of water on Earth available for usage. And water cannot be refilled. Now, can you see this serious problem that is going on in our life? Sadly, there are more problems caused by water scarcity.
Due to the lack of sufficient water, civilians are taxed more than copious amounts of their income. Furthermore, companies face various complications, for water is meager and finite, leading also to a chain reaction of problems. There needs to be a change to evade a perilous future that might be inherited to our posterity that is to come. For individuals, the simplest acts that save water. If they are practiced regularly, they can save lives of thousands at least. For example, closing the faucet when washing hands or faces can save 4.1 liters lost per wash. If this is practiced regularly for a year, it can save up to 1.5 tons of water, which is an equivalent amount that is enough to save 760 casualties due to dehydration. As for companies and governments, they can regulate new laws such as giving a higher tax to water polluting companies and bonds, or spending more of the government's expenditures to building water reservoirs or water purification plants to reuse water which is otherwise wasted.
So simply saying, our planet is dying. Before we end this presentation, we have 2 questions to ask you. What have you done? And what should we do to make a change?